For the first time this year, in our lectionary, the Anglican Church of Southern Africa remembers Bantu Stephen Biko, Martyr of Hope. Bantu Stephen Biko was a South African anti-apartheid activist, intellectual, father of the Black consciousness movement, and martyr. Being human and humane was a foundational ethic of Steve Biko. At a time when South Africa was led by a white government which marginalized people of other races, Biko worked to instill a sense of pride and identity in fellow blacks. He challenged the institutional church to be an instrument of human dignity and freedom. He worked towards fulfilling a vision of a transformed South Africa and world. Steve Biko abandoned his medical studies and focused on politics and social development activities. He was served with a banning order in 1973 and banished to his hometown of King Williamstown, arrested and detained without trial in August 1977. He died in police custody on the 12th of September 1977, having suffered torture and brutal treatment at the hands of police. He died a martyr's death, thereby fulfilling his own credo. It is better to die for an idea that will live than to live for an idea that will die. His death sparked a world outcry, and outrage was expressed in all corners of South Africa and across the world. It could be said that his murder marked the beginning of the end of the unjust system of apartheid. A lifelong Anglican, Biko had an ecumenical outlook and practiced an explorative religious consciousness, especially with ideas from African culture and religion and the politics of religions. He engaged passionately in African liberation theology, in Christ-like justice and righteousness, and had a clear vision of a redemptive, compassionate God. Biko clearly had as his inspiration the mystic activism of the Christian faith, seeking to embody a radical Christ presence in the world for the lives of all. Father Elred Stubbs of the Community of the Resurrection named Bantu Stephen Biko a martyr of hope. Being human and humane was a foundational ethic for Steve Biko. The same could be said about Jesus the Christ. All of humankind mattered to him. His heart was scandalously, sickeningly generous, compassionate, inclusive, and embracing. 87 times in the Gospels, Jesus refers to himself as Son of Man, meaning a son of the human one. Jesus is emphasizing that he is more like us than perhaps we care to admit. I am like you is what Jesus is saying. I am like you. When we come into this remembrance, that he is like us and that we are called to be like him, our lives are truly reanimated, reoriented, reformed. I am like you, you be like me, is perhaps what Jesus is saying. May you come to know